All right, yes, and more yeses. It's 2:05 in the Mile High City, and it's a Wednesday, the 1st of July. July's a lady, Brian.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, she is. I am so excited to get into July, the Summer Dinner Series for folks that are joining us, summerdinnerseries.com. We're going to talk about all of that good stuff of what's going to be happening and how you can join us for dinner all summer long. So as our guests are joining us right now, I want to, and I think you can see their faces. Can you see their faces, Jay?
I can, yes.
Can our audience?
Yes.
Oh, great. So we have with us Stephen Gould and Sean Smiley. Stephen Gould, Golden Moon Distillery, and Sean Smiley, State 38 Distilling. Two great guys. As you guys know, Governor Polis, and we're going to play a little CBS 4 news piece that features Stephen in there as well as I'm going to read a little something from Sean Smiley's Facebook page. So in the meantime and in between time, we're going to jump into some good conversation, but I want to play this CBS 4 news piece for you to kind of do a setup on what's happening here, and then we'll get right to our guests.
Polis says he is acting now to prevent a dangerous surge like we've seen in Texas, Arizona, and Florida.
Yeah, he worries that could happen here if Colorado doesn't reverse the current trend.
It'll grow over time, and it's not a matter of if, it's just a question of when it gets to the point where we have widespread community transmission in our state and that everyday activities become more dangerous. So we really need to make sure that we don't reach that point.
Jamie Larry joins us live in Golden tonight. Jamie, health officials believe that closing bars can help this out, but that's bad news for already struggling businesses.
Well, outside of to-go orders, bars and nightclubs that do not serve food cannot open. And now some bars tell us they've been doing everything they can, they're not all the same, to keep their customers safe. And after trying desperately to get things reopened, many will have to close.
What do the bars that don't have food do with the employees they've literally brought back less than 2 weeks ago?
Since the latest state order, Stephen Gould hasn't gotten off the phone. He not only runs the distillery, he handles government affairs for the Colorado Distillers Guild.
Governor Polis has been incredibly helpful to our industry, and we really appreciate that. But this came out of left field, and everybody is scrambling to figure out what it means.
What he does know, if you serve liquor, you have to serve food to stay open. The decision came Tuesday following spikes in COVID cases in other states. For Colorado,
it's only a few bad players that are not following the rules that are dangerous. Shut them down, but don't shut everybody down.
Colorado is doing comparatively well. Dr. John Forrester, who oversees cases in several hospitals, has seen COVID decreases in all.
Less than 10 in the ICU. So we've done a great job in this state and in our region of decreasing the number of cases that are hospitalized and decreasing those that are critically ill.
Gould was lucky. A couple months ago, he partnered with a restaurant next door.
We're so small that if we'd had to rely on our own kitchen, it would not have been economically viable to run this facility with a number of staff.
Others haven't had time to make new plans.
I think it's very reactionary, and even if it's the right thing to do, there should have been a plan in place. It should not have been done at the last minute.
All right, and I'm going to leave that there, but that's a good news piece. But as you know, things change so fast. And, again, the orders come down. Polis says bars will shut down. And there are a lot of nuances with this, but our guests will know a lot more than we do, Brian. But I do want to read from Sean Smiley's Facebook page. Polis closed bars starting tomorrow, which is today. He wrote this yesterday. I assume restaurants are not far behind. This means my distillery tasting room, which we sanitize after every transaction, wear face masks, set up social distance measures, etc., will also be closed once again. Smiley's right behind it. That's his bar. I've spoken with a few fellow bar and restaurant owners tonight after this announcement, and the overwhelming consensus is we are toast. Say goodbye to your locally owned bar and restaurant owner who had dreams to serve you, because our dream is to do so. Say goodbye to many small businesses who are in the heart of this great country. I'm going to leave it there. Sean put some spirited sentences after that, and I know how it is. You are a small business owner with a lot of passion. Basically, you said, if you're not a small business owner and you don't feel the same way I do about this subject, just put me down and get out of my face. I understand it, man. These guys are here with us. Sean Smiley, good to see your face. How are you?
Doing well. Good to see you all as well. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. And Stephen Gould, good to see you too.
Good to see you as well.
All right, guys, I'm going to give a first blush to each one of you guys, and I know, Sean, with the restaurant in mind as well, there's a lot going on here. But, Sean, let's start out this conversation with you.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, appreciate you reaching out to me after that very emotional Facebook post that I sent out yesterday. I think I'm at like 76 shares, which I don't know if I want to be known as that grumpy old guy already, but it's happening. But hey, look, the sentiment that I'm trying to push out to everyone in that post and other forums that I'm active in and other conversations that I'm having is we need to speak up and we need to be loud. I think the time of passively just agreeing with the decisions that are being made for the sake of our businesses by individuals who really don't understand our businesses as well as they should, or understand the implications or the impact it's going to have on our small businesses. Decisions that are made literally out of nowhere, saying starting tomorrow, these things are going to go into effect. I think it scares me. And it scared me enough to write that post. It scared me enough to really raise my voice up a little bit louder. And I think it should scare a lot of other people too, that those types of decisions can be made so quick without having a good conversation, a good plan in place. So, what I'm trying to do today was talk with you guys, and I'll continue to do this. And Steve and I have talked on the phone a few times as well, is we just got to be loud. We need to be heard. This is not a time to be quiet and passive and just agree with the rulings that are taking place. It's time to speak up, and I think we've seen that happen with some other really great movements the past few weeks, where folks got tired of being quiet. They definitely discovered, and rightfully so, that being loud and being heard is the right path. And then now we're seeing some changes happen. So for us small businesses, look. We got to speak up. We got to actually make our voices loudly heard.
Wow, what a great start. Sean Smiley right there. Stephen, I'm going to ask you to hold your opening thoughts here, and I want to tell you guys I'm going to start a poll that says, was that too quick and harsh of a decision for bars to be shut down on a dime like that? We will take a break. We'll come back. Also, I want to remind you, tickets are on sale, Brian, for Summer Dinner Series.
Yep. And we were there this morning looking at the floor plan for all the dinners. It's going to be incredible.
In one breath, can you say all of the chefs' names? Look at the wall and see if you can do it in one breath.
Carrie Baird, Troy Gard, Jim Pittenger, Jesus Sylvia, Dana Rodriguez, Brother Luck, George Eater, Justin Brunson, and Fairy Gutmother was in number 4, one breath.
Good job, buddy. All right, we'll talk more about Summer Dinner Series, summerdinnerseries.com, and we'll be back in a flash to continue this conversation with two of the best, Stephen Gould and Sean Smiley, right here on The Modern Eater Show.
Hey, guys, Chris Johnson here, owner of Rome Sausage, your hyper-local source for all things sausage awesomeness. My family is proud to carry on the fine traditions of Rome's founder, Jerry Rome, by producing a variety of amazing sausage in small batches with an eye on quality, not quantity. Every batch is made here in the great state of Colorado by hand mixing spices, utilizing lean cuts of pork to make an outstanding product. Sourcing ingredients and materials locally, we are committed to supporting local vendors, chefs, restaurants, and the entire Colorado food scene. Getting hungry yet? Brats, Italian, breakfast, hot Polish, green chili, chicken apple, and the world's best chorizo. You can source all of our sausage through a variety of food service distributors. If your distributor doesn't carry it, call us. We'll come direct. You want a custom item? We'll do that too. Samples, and of course, sausage jokes, can be had by contacting me directly at chris@romesausage.com or by phone at 303-296-7663. The Modern Eater loves Rome Sausage, and I know you will too.
Hey, Zach Ryder here, Colorado Mills Sunflower Products out of Lamar, Colorado. Your only local source, grown from a local crop to produce a local oil for local chefs. You can find it at Shamrock Foods, What Chefs Want, Seattle Fish Company. Let me try it one more time, then we'll see. Hey, restaurants, we're glad you're reopening. From Colorado Mills Sunflower Oil, we'll see you soon.
First, we partner with the best farmers in the world, and then we tell them, we will take it all. Process whole spices daily, blend custom spices to order, keep it fresh, safe, and flavorful, all so that you can get back to doing what you do best. So whether you're a restaurant, a food manufacturer, or an at-home cook, be sure to visit The Spice Guy at www.thespiceguyco.com.
Hey guys, with Modern Eater, this is Rich O'Brien with Elevation Food Service Reps. I'm here with one of our sales, newly appointed hospitality specialist, Kalina Hilliard, and we're here in our showroom, and we've got our bar set up, we've got a lot of chai. Come see us, come see what we've got, and Kalina can help you guys out in the world of hospitality with anything. Take a little journey into the 38th Avenue kitchen just to see what's going on in here, and as I come in here, I'm noticing, Howard, what are you doing? Nothing. Show me, what are you doing? Nothing. Nothing? Look at this beautiful equipment in here. Look at this beautiful... Chefs, restaurateurs, anybody that has anything to do with food service, come on over. We'd love to help you with menu development, love to show you everything about equipment, and maybe we'll even have a few pops.
Hi, everybody. It's Chef Carrie Baird at Rose's here in Boulder. I'm the first chef this year, the Summer Dinner Series. It's July 7th. We always sell out, so get your tickets early. You can get them at summerdinnerseries.com. This year I'm pairing with Field to Fork, some old friends of mine that I can't wait to have some beautiful produce and cook together. So please be there. Buy your tickets, do them early. Like I said, we always sell out, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks. How's that?
Okay, it's 2:17, and welcome back. The Modern Eater Show continues. Great guests here with us. Stephen Gould, Golden Moon Distillery, and Sean Smiley, State 38 Distilling. I just put a poll up, and the poll is, should bars have been shut down again? The poll is active. No already has jumped out to 2 votes to 0 votes for the yes. I'd like to track down whoever the yeses are on this one. Showing no signs of really a resurgence here in Colorado, and Polis, a reactionary governor, by far, jumping to extreme measures right now as all businesses are really trying to hang on for dear life right now. Back to the show, but first I want to tell you about A-Plus Beverage Solutions. A-Plus Beverage Solutions, they're the leader in draft line installation. Jeff Rourke and his family, they've been in the business for 25 years. I trust Jeff Rourke, and he will do a great job to get your lines cleaned out or even to add lines or do the custom install that you've been dreaming about. How do you get a hold of Jeff Rourke? You just give him a phone call. Brian, do you have your PIN?
I do.
720-272-3809. If you're pouring inefficient beer, what are you doing, boys?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Don't pour your money down the drain. Get a hold of the man. His name's Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions. 720-272-3809. 720-272-3809. It's Jeff Rourke, A-Plus Beverage Solutions. Okay, the poll is going right now. We've got, should bars have been shut down again? Yes is at 3. No is at 9. Little lopsided there, but I'm really surprised to see the yes votes. Stephen Gould, you've been patiently standing by. You've taken a lot in here. What is the opening conversation you'd like to have?
Well, so not only do I run Golden Moon Distillery, but I handle government affairs for the Distillers of Colorado. And what that means is that I work with the other members of the alcohol business community, interfacing with the government and the Colorado Department of Liquor Enforcement. Or Division of Liquor Enforcement. This came out of sort of left field. It happened very, very quickly. We've been told by people within the governor's office and elsewhere in the state that members of the governor's staff acted on Florida, Texas, and Arizona data and not Colorado data. We know that the local counties were not even notified this was happening. And if you look at the data here in Colorado and say compare it to Florida, Florida has about 4 times the population that Colorado does. Florida has almost 10 times the amount of increase in cases that Colorado does. And in Florida, they can indeed trace it to predominantly beach bars where people have not been following recommendations as a cause for their spike. Colorado has been managing things incredibly well, as we heard from the doctor that was also interviewed on CBS last night with me. And the data just does not seem to support the actions that the governor has taken. Now, the governor's been very good to us and to restaurants and bars in the past. So this has got the entire alcohol beverage community scratching their heads because it really came out of left field. I just said that. Um, you know, restaurants and bars, for the most part, have been very, very responsible. There are a few bad actors. There was one nightclub in particular downtown that was shut down. There have been a couple of restaurants that have done some things that were very publicly not in either their customers or their employees or the public health best interest. Those bad actors should be shut down. But I do think that in this case, what the governor has done with bars and the way it's been done was an overstep. I think that the causal factors here in Colorado were very different from what they are in Florida, and that bars are not the major problem. Though it doesn't help when you have nightclubs posting all over social media with people looking like they're in a rave pre-COVID-19. That doesn't help any of us. I think that even if this were the right decision, that it should have been done with a more appropriate plan. Businesses should have been notified well in advance. I mean, you have businesses now that have employees that literally found out yesterday that they're unemployed. And these people have bills. You now have new unemployment claims. This is just really disastrous for hundreds and thousands of small businesses across the state of Colorado. And there are a lot of businesses that aren't going to survive this decision.
Wow, great place to start. I'm going to jump it over to Brian Freeman after I tell you from the stream. Rebecca Berry says, close the offenders, but don't punish good business owners.
Amen.
Very well said, Rebecca. Brian, you put out an analogy before we started the show that you wanted to pose as a question.
I do, because I think I really want to thank you both, because listening to your perspectives really is insightful from another person's, from a layman's view.
Yeah, they're in it.
Of thing. Yeah, you guys are in it. And so, because there's a bunch of questions that I have around this, but one of them, that we were talking about before we came on is do you think this is similar to opening up a bar or a restaurant and then finding out 3 months into it that they're going to close the road and redo your sidewalks?
Go get them, Sean.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I would look, that part sucks. A lot of times, though, the county or the city will actually work with you to, provide you some sort of financial relief in a scenario like that, because they don't want your business to be long-term impacted, because obviously the city and the county and even the state's making money off of your business through tax revenue and other means. So no, that scenario, you would often find that there would be some relief given. But in this scenario, the PPP, started months ago for being, I guess, given to bars and restaurants. A lot of bars and restaurants got that PPP money under the advice or the guidance at the time that they had 8 weeks to spend that money. And so they were given the PPP money. They then opened up, and they weren't even allowed to open for another 6 weeks, right? So some of those folks just kind of burned through that PPP or that payroll protection plan cash, that CARES cash, early on without even being able to use it for the restaurant. Well, guess what? That money's gone. I mean, the very few restaurants and bars still have that money right now in place because a lot of them burned it when they thought that they had to because of short timeline. Mm-hmm. So what's going to come in place now to help keep these lights on and the staff employed at small businesses throughout Colorado? Particularly, we're talking about bars for right now, but I am extremely nervous and I'm very worried, especially with the rash decision that was made yesterday without much notice, that restaurants aren't too far behind. And I think restaurant owners should start being, very nervous and very loud to voice their concerns that this could happen to them. Can you imagine a restaurant 2 weeks from now, Polis saying, "Oh, by the way, tomorrow you're all closed"? That's the scariest thing you could ever imagine. You can't get loan forgiveness from your banks anymore. They're pretty much dried up, right? They're saying, "Look, we gave you a 2-month delay on payment, and we added it to the end of your, whatever." That stuff isn't going to fly. So the relief isn't there anymore. and it's scary, and we should all be really nervous about our leaders making decisions without having conversation with the community on what those decisions should be, made for the betterment of small business in this city and in this state.
Wow, just what an excellent conversation. That's the voice of Sean Smiley, State 38 Distilling, and Stephen Gould equally contributing to this conversation from Golden Moon Distillery. And as we, at first blush, you listen to, this is the war on small business right now, whether it's a direct, concerted war, I don't think so. But at the same time, if you want to live in a world where you're swilling Budweiser and drinking Jim Beam and eating breadsticks at Olive Garden, we're on the right path, is all I'm saying.
Can I jump in for a sec?
Please do.
Most, if not all, and I'm going to say most, not all, because we've seen some bad actors. Most of the small business owners that are in the food and beverage world want to do things in a safe and sane manner. They want to operate in a manner that is safe for our employees, that is safe for our customers. And they want our customers to feel safe in coming to our venues. And right now we're in an unprecedented health crisis. But if we operate in a safe manner, we minimize the risk. And we're looking at all kinds of things being reopened, and yet one category of food and beverage is being blamed for any increase at all without any substantive data behind it. And I think that if there's a message out there to the general public, if there's a message out there to the members of Colorado's government, that is that we need to make data-informed decisions, and we need to realize that most people do want to be safe and do want to behave in a safe and responsible manner. There are some people that don't, and those are the people that we should be working to either change that behavior or shut down the businesses that are a threat. But just to go out and say all bars are bad, bars are the problem, there's absolutely no data to support this.
We're working on assumptions, and the assumption is that if you go to a restaurant, you're going to sit down, mind your P's and Q's, sit at your table, and when you're ready to leave, you leave. The other assumption is if you go to a bar or a distillery or brewery, you're going to get drunk, you're going to start hugging, and you're going to lay in a pile of people on the floor doing God knows what, but not social distancing. Those are all assumptions.
Correct. You're absolutely correct. What the assumption they're making, why it's wrong, is that you're not going to change consumer behavior. People want to go out and they want to drink, and if the bars are closed, they're going to go to the restaurants. What we need to do is work with the consumer to make sure that the consumers do it in our venues in a responsible manner. Otherwise, we're all going to get shut down. But what happened yesterday was people didn't even look at those that were doing it right or doing it wrong. They just made an arbitrary decision based upon something that's happening in another state across the country and pulled the plug.
Yeah, once bars become outlaws, bar owners become outlaws.
Guys, I hate to say this.
Yep, you got to run. Thank you. Troy Guard is the dinner you're paired up with, Summer Dinner Series.
Everybody,
it's
Summer Dinner
14th.
Series on the 14th. Come out, Pizza Republica. Troy Guard's going to cook some amazing food. Golden Moon, we're going to make some really cool cocktails. Please do your research as a consumer. Find your restaurant and bars that you like that are operating in a safe manner, and feel safe in going to those bars and spending money and enjoying their hospitality. Have
a good afternoon. Thanks, Stephen.
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's jump back to Sean Smiley. And I love your passion, Sean, really, and you're not pulling any punches. But why should you? You've worked so hard to put these things together, and your livelihood and taking that leap to go to Smiley's was a big deal for you, right? I mean, your whole family's invested into that thing.
It is. Yeah, I want to say a couple of things. So first of all, I think I said personal, but it's payroll protection plans. So I want to make a correction there. But second of all, I also heard the comment that it's a war on small business. I mean, the reality is this is a war on COVID, but small business has become the infantry first wave of casualties, right? And we're on the forefront where we're just taking most of the shots, and we're getting blasted while the generals are comfortable in the back in the tents, doing their planning. But look, it's a war on COVID. COVID's terrible. God bless the folks who are dealing with loss of family, loss of life, or loss of health as a result of COVID. And I'm not advocating for us doing anything in an unsafe manner, but I am very confused by the allowance of Walmart and other big chain stores to stay open, understanding that they're considered essential because you need to get diapers, you need to get formula, you need to get milk, you need to get food, whatever. I get all that. But here's the thing. The small businesses that are following the protocols that have been put in place have the exact same, if not better, following of those protocols than when I go to Home Depot or when I go to King Soopers right now. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not seeing people spraying down the 6 avocados that 14 people in front of me just touched and squeezed before I put it into my cart. So the amount of I guess the likelihood of getting COVID in those big chain stores is probably the same, if not more, and arguably more than visiting a small business who's following their protocols that have been put in place to keep everyone safe. And so that to me is just utterly confusing, and I don't get why we're all being punished as small businesses who don't have major banks backing us up and an influx of cash that we can hold on to and spend when we need to in emergency situations like this. A lot of restaurants and a lot of bars, you guys know this, you guys talk to bar and restaurant owners every day. A lot of these guys work in hand to mouth, right? They're getting a paycheck, or they're seeing their Toast or Square revenue come in, and they use that money to pay their bills and pay their staff and order more food. There's not a lot of quote unquote profits being made. So when you put these restrictions in place with no financial backing from the government to help assist us in this scenario, we are the casualties, and I'm not going to sit and accept that we're going to just go ahead and get, I think I used the term, we're going to be toast, which I think is an appropriate term for restaurants. But I'm not going to sit idle, and I encourage all your viewers, the folks that said yes, on your poll. I would also like to understand what that means. That
let me tell you where the poll is right now.
Things that are happening.
Should bars be shut down again? Here's the poll. Yes, 11. No, 21. It's interesting. I mean, double the amount of people say no, but still that 11 say yes. And again, right now, we're not going off of any kind of data. It's just a feeling, I think, that the politicians and bureaucrats, and I don't even know how many people put their brain power into making these decisions, but it was swift and it happened right away. And the fact of the matter is your bar is closed.
Yeah, and I'd be interested to see as well, Greg, what your poll would be if you put one out there for that same group of people: is should restaurants be closed?
Let me do it.
Yeah.
While Brian jumps
Sean,
in,
I got a question for you, though.
This poll down.
Just so you know, you and I are very same opinion on this topic. But my question to you is one that I've posed to a couple different people. What ideas could you give our government or these officials to handle this in a way that still could protect you, but protect their constituents? Because I think this is an overreaction, hands down, right? But I think you're in a tough spot as an elected official that you'd rather overreact on the safe side than overreact on the other side. But what are some of your thoughts, Sean? Just to put those ideas out there so people can start hearing that kind of stuff.
Question.
Yeah, so I think if I understand your question, you're asking what are my ideas and how do we react to this scenario, and how do we? I mean, first of all, my ideas are that we all need to start sending emails and placing phone calls to our elected officials immediately. This isn't something that we sit on for 24 hours and contemplate. This is a quick, easy phone call, easy email. You can find any of your elected officials' contact information on the web. And we need to start letting them know and letting the voices be heard that these types of decisions that are made so quickly are concerning, and that we would like to have a better understanding of what the future looks like for the rest of small business. But as far as going back to maybe another part of your question is what would my suggestion be for a government official to make these decisions? The decisions have to be made off data, and I think that's what Stephen Gould was saying, and it's very clear. If your bar has been found to be, not using social distancing, the staff are not using masks or gloves or sanitation stations, and all the different components that we've all been, we've been following, the ones that are doing it right. If you're not following that, Jefferson County, Denver County Health, they've all got folks that can go out to these bars and restaurants during their normal hours, and they can walk in there and say, look, guys, gals, you're screwing up. You're not wearing masks. I see you over there hugging customers in the corner with no mask on, no gloves on, or whatever it is. You can't be doing that, and this is your warning. And if you do it again, we'll be back, right, randomly. If we do it again, you're done. We're going to go ahead and shut you down for a month or two or whatever it looks like. But at least let the businesses that are doing it correctly, give them a fighting chance to actually survive this damn thing so we can pay our bills and pay our employees.
Mm-hmm. If you've seen anything from the prior shutdowns of businesses, you saw that towards the end, folks were getting very antsy, wanting to open back up. So I'll pose you the $1 million question, Sean. When do you turn into a criminal and go against the grain and stay open? At what point
I
do
don't
you
know
do
what
that?
it is, but I'm looking at your viewership, and I see G. Polis on here, so I'm a little nervous to say anything right now. But no, look.
Let me give you a poll update. Should restaurants be shut down as well? Yes.
Look, we're going to continue to follow.
Hang on. Should restaurants be shut down as well? Yes. 0. No. 7.
Fascinating. I wonder what the thought is. Again, is it going back to the perception that all bars are a cesspool? Because not all bars are. There are some very good, clean, fun bars that follow all the same social distancing protocols, all the COVID protocols. And so I find that very interesting that because you're serving food, that makes a difference in terms of how people view that you should be shut down or not.
Okay, I asked you the question and I interrupted you, so it's my fault. But at what point do you go against the grain and start making your own decisions, Sean, or do you just shut the doors and
I was
throw
actually okay with the fact that you went around that question, so I didn't have to answer it. But
go ahead.
No, look, guys, I'm not going to put my neck on the line here on this show for any. It's just not going to happen. But I'll say this: we are going to continue to operate as safe and following as many protocols as we can that we've been given by the state. At the end of the day, if the state and the county comes in and tells us that we're not able to continue to operate our business, then that's a conversation we're going to have with those individuals. And then we'll certainly be asking them for relief at that point too, so that we continue to make our payroll. But up to that, we're going to continue business as usual.
Sean Smiley, State 38 Distilling. You've got some good products in front of you. Damn good gin. Tell us what's going on. What's new in your world? Are you producing anything right now?
We are, yeah. I'm actually looking over my shoulder here at the distillery. We've got our staff busy making. Today we're making damn good vodka, but we just switched distributors to RNDC last week. So big change for us to go into a much larger national distribution company, and that's under the hopes, of course, that we can expand outside the state of Colorado. But yeah, we're actually making a lot of booze and trying to stay forward with what we can do to keep the business going.
Let's keep updated on this. Just as a side note, I am a graduate of the Sean Smiley tour at State 38, and I was shamed too. What do you call people that ask a question when you're not? I forgot what that was, but I did it.
Yeah, it's called a tour jumper.
I was a tour jumper.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that. It was a great tour, and I can't wait until you can get back to do those types of creative things. You don't mind if we check back in with you as the days go on with this, do you? What's your best guess, crystal ball-wise? A couple weeks, a month, end of the summer, through the end of the year?
For what? For restaurants that close next?
No, not restaurants, baby. For bars.
Yeah, crystal ball would tell me bars are probably closed for, I would say, 60 to 90 days at a minimum.
And because of this, what do you think the attrition percentage will be for those individual bars?
Well, I think they were already 70% of them were probably going to close by year's end, and this is just going to go ahead and put that nail in the coffin. I don't think you'll see 5-10% of them survive this.
We'll leave it there.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Sean. Sean Smiley.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see you. And what a great conversation that was. We want to talk about Summer Dinner Series. We're going to break off right now. Jay, do an Aspen Baking, and then pop us off a couple of commercials from our highly esteemed local sponsors.
Yes, I can do that, and I want to talk to you about Aspen Baking Company, aspenbaking.com. I'm a bread guy, and if you're like me, I cannot live without bread. I can live without meat and cheese.
Is that true?
It really is.
Bread is your thing.
That's the only thing I can't get. I can't stop eating in my diet. If I was to have to be gluten sensitive like Freeman or somebody, I don't know what I would do. I'd probably look a lot better, you know.
Is that a Candida thing?
No, Candida is a yeast,
sugar, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a yeast. Yeah.
Well, he's got the craving, man.
He could.
Hoagies, focaccias, ciabattas, baguettes, croissants, bear claws, lobster rolls, pound cakes, coffee cakes, and more. They are local. There's no preservatives, artificial coloring, or chemicals. They've been doing it in bacon since 1994. Order online, buy direct, and if you're an Amazon freak, then you go to Amazon Fresh, and you can buy there too. It's aspenbaking.com. Back to the show in just a second, you guys.
Hey guys, it's Rebecca Berry with Hot Schedules powered by Fourth here. And you know what they say, if you can't take the heat, then you should get out of the kitchen. But with Hot Schedules powered by Fourth, we want you in the kitchen while we put out those fires. With Hot Schedules, we help to mitigate risk with HR, payroll, and tax compliance solutions so you can continue to put those plates on the table for your guests. Today's a big day. We're reopening, so call me. Rebecca.berry@fourth.com. That's Rebecca.berry@fourth.com. With Hot Schedules by Fourth, we've got you covered.
Hey, Modern Eater fans. I'm Don Trobo with The Annex by Ardent Mills, and I just wanted to give you a heads up about some of the great things we've got going on locally in the state. We're headquartered right here, and we're working with farmers in the San Luis Valley to bring you amazing Colorado quinoa. It's just like the South American stuff, but grown locally. We've got transitional wheat flour that's grown by farmers in Colorado and surrounding states who are in the process of turning their fields into organic. So we're taking that transitional wheat and turning it into flour, and now it's available for you to cook and bake with. And last but not least, we're now cleaning grain berries in Denver. So things like spelt or wheat berries or pearl barley, those are things that we're now doing right here locally and are available to you. Can't wait to share it with you.
Hey there, Barbecue All-Star. This is your year, so what if you weren't drafted? The only draft you need to be worried about is actually spelled D-R-A-U-G-H-T, and it's adult for the word beer. It's barbecue season, baby. Now get out there and grill your ass off.
Hi, everybody. It's Chef Carrie Baird at Rose's here in Boulder. I'm the first chef this year, the Summer Dinner Series. It's July 7th. We always sell out, so get your tickets early. You can get them at summerdinnerseries.com. This year I'm pairing with Field de Forks, some old friends of mine that I can't wait to have some beautiful produce and cook together. So please be there. Buy your tickets, do them early. Like I said, we always sell out, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks. How's that?
Brews is back. Hi, I'm Charlie Gottenkenny, brewmaster at Brews Beers. We have finally reopened, and our badass Belgian-style beers are flowing. Brews Beers has a huge selection of great beers on draft. Belgian IPAs, doubles, triples, white beers, saisons, and many more. Stop by our brewery tap room at 67th and Pecos in North Denver and bring your dog. Or swing by Brews Off Fax on the south side of Colfax in York. Both tap rooms are open from 2 to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. There are large outdoor patios at both locations, and for your protection, Brews is following all CDC guidelines inside and out. You can still order beers from our website, brewsbeers.com, or come by to take out cans, bottles, and growlers. And once again, you can enjoy our great beers in our tap rooms. Brews Beers, back open with plenty of Belgian-style badassery.
Hey guys, it's Brian Rizzuto with Encore Energy, the guy who saves your businesses money on natural gas. I know these are crazy, crazy times right now. So while your business is working on increasing your sales, let me work on saving you guys money on your natural gas. I make it as easy as possible. Just provide 12 months worth of natural gas bills to me. I'll do the rest. I know you're really busy, so let me get to work for you. You can reach me at 720-245-5771. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and let me try to save you some money in these crazy times. Bye.
All right, okie dokie. Here we are back at Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Lots of folks joining us today. Thanks so much. We're fresh off our road trip, Brian and Jay. We're all alive, and we're actually closer together than ever. And we're so anxious for this summer dinner series to fire off and use all the cool produce and meats that we found, and beers and spirits and wines. And we kind of upped our wine game this year.
Big time, big time. Well, and the interesting thing about this, Greg, is as this announcement just happened, you're not going to be able to find a lot of these distillers out there anymore, and you're definitely not going to be able to visit
that's a really good point.
Their place. And so what's cool is that we are actually creating a venue that all these people still can be heard, their stories can be shared, and their awesome libations and creations.
I want to thank Rebecca for joining the stream, Patricia, Tina, Jeff, Jabat, Jim Grazer, Cessna, Gordon, Sherry, Aaron, Melissa, Toby, Chris Johnson, Rome Sausage. Carrie Baird's going to use some Rome sausage in her dinner. Brennan Conwell, Tay Wilbanks, Tim, a lot of industry people here. Jared Leonard, Jim, Lauren, Brian. You guys can comment on this. Here's our poll. Should restaurants be shut down as well? Yes is 3. No, 14. It's an interesting thing. So folks are starting to think that, well, there are a few folks out there that maybe we need to shut down these places again. And is the outbreak spreading again? I tune into the nightly news. It's an interesting thing. You can tell when it dominates the headlines and when it doesn't. It's half and half right now. And we're seeing some states that are really kind of setting a bad tone for other states that are doing things very well. But Jared Polis, he pulled the plug on bars yesterday, and today they're shut down. So we'll continue forward operating with the summer dinner series, but we have a very, very great location with the Pizza Republica downtown. It was donated to us by George Eater. It's a very spacious patio. We'll be dining al fresco, and we've got a lot of great ingredients. So folks that don't know, there's an event page on Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, you can search it out and get your tickets on Eventbrite. It's called Summer Dinner Series. What is Summer Dinner Series? Well, it's every Tuesday night in July and August. Starting this next Tuesday, July 7th, and every Tuesday after that through August, we, in our estimation, have some of the best chefs in Colorado that are cooking ingredients. It's Carrie Baird on the 7th. Yes, Jay?
Oh, I was just going to say, if you're watching the stream right now, you can look at the chefs. We had a little meeting today.
We did, and there's
on
the
patio. And so you can see, about half of the chefs. Not everybody could make the same day, obviously.
And George Eater, he does like 10 feet between tables, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Look at these tables.
We're lucky to have a venue that is this size, so we can be conscious of social distancing, physical distancing.
You guys are in for a treat. Look at all those chefs. There's Brunson. There's Biker Jim. So Carrie Baird. Then it'll be Troy Gard on the 14th. Then it'll be Biker Jim Pittenger and the Fairy Gutmother team up for the 21st. Jesucia Silva comes in on the 28th. And then we'll jump into August. And August 5th or August 4th, it's a Tuesday. It'll start out with, my eyes are
Dana
getting bad.
Rodriguez.
Chef Dana Rodriguez.
Loco.
The week after that on a Tuesday, again, Chef Brother Luck. That dinner's going quick. Chef George Eater, he's our host. He's got a dinner of his own, and then wrapping it up with Chef Justin Brunson. We've got a brewery, a distillery, and a winery all paired up. Different distilleries and breweries each and every week. What are some of the highlights, Jay?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all highlights, but I can tell you who's who, and we're still fine-tuning. There's a couple of where we're going to fit in, but these are the names that are going to happen. So Westbound and Down and Rocker Spirits are going to do Carrie's dinner on July 7th. And Rocker, Dustin, he's bringing the trash truck out. It's going to shoot flames out of the top.
Carboy Winery, will do wine throughout the whole dinners.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Kaibab Sauvage
Spectrum
will do a opening glass.
Yeah, a little champagne toast
Yeah.
at the beginning of every
sparkling.
dinner.
And this is Colorado made and grown grapes.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Right?
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't be calling it champagne. You're right. Vincent scolded me. It's sparkling.
When we visited the Sauvage Spectrum up there with Kaibab and Patrick, did they have an NA sparkling wine? Because that might be something I push on them.
You
to give me an NA one. Because I would love those delicious grapes and some delicious bubbles, because bubbles are my thing. I just don't want the alcohol. Well, let's be straight. I want the alcohol that goes with
You
it.
want sparkling grape juice.
I want sparkling grape juice.
I get
but
it.
I want it from Colorado. I want Colorado sparkling grape juice.
I mean,
That's an
you guys
interesting question.
truly, these dinners are done the modern eater style. The chefs are mic'd up. We have a PA system. They're talking to you about the ingredients. The farms we visited will have either the farmers and the ranchers there, or they'll be on a television set, and you'll get to watch as guests of ours of the Summer Dinner Series. Never had, and knock on wood, never had one complaint. Everybody has loved the Summer Dinner Series.
Well, how could you not? Seriously, for $100,
It's
what
as
you
hyper
get
local as you get.
is
Bruise beers?
Bruise
Huh?
beers.
You ever heard of Bruise beers?
Knock 'em out, baby.
Yeah, man. Bruise beer, the badass Belgium style beer, and our man Charlie Gottenkinney and Ryan Evans over there. Golden Moon Distilling, who you just saw, Stephen Gould. He's going to be part of that too. They're doing Troy Guard's dinner, so that is, I mean, there's nothing to say about
And
that.
not to mention it again, but seriously, the chefs there, the brewers are there, the distillers are there.
And you talk to them.
And they're talking about their products, and you're learning and you're educating, and you feel one with the ingredients. You really do.
Have you ever had a chef's table dinner?
I have.
Because you're getting one every single night
At the Summer
Dinner Series.
Here's what I will tell you, and Jay will continue on telling you about breweries and distilleries, but I'll tell you right now, the dinner for next Tuesday is halfway sold out. All the two tops are sold. So get this, you guys. We have available for us for each dinner, I believe it's 5 two tops. Am I wrong?
I think it's 4 two tops.
4 two tops. 4 two.
Well,
so that
it was
you're right.
3 and 6, but I think we moved
So
it to
it's
4 and
4
6.
two tops. So if you're looking for Troy Guard's dinner, you better, if you want a two top, they're almost sold out.
Yeah.
Any of these dinners, the two tops are going quick. If you want a two top, or you're going to get 4 of your friends together, right?
Yeah.
So Carrie Baird's dinner sells out all the time. All these dinners really sell out, but get what you want to do. There's no bad seat in the house. It's just a matter of whether you need to scrounge up one person to go with you or 3 more to go with you. So Carrie Baird's dinner is almost done. Troy Guard's dinner, that's going to sell out quick too. This is, again, you can go to summerdinnerseries.com. All the information there for you. And, again, every single Tuesday night. I'm looking at it now. 2 more tickets just sold. That was the Troy Guard dinner. So if you want 2 tops, get on it. But the 4 tops, get 4 people together. It'll probably be the best time you're going to have all summer long.
I said it the other day on the show yesterday. You owe somebody a dinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do. You owe somebody something nice, and this is a really unique and cool way to say, hey, I love you, or hey, sorry, I crashed your car, or whatever it is. You know, this is how you do it. You can do it with Tommy Knocker Brewery. You can do it with them on July 21st. And one of our sponsors, Meridium Spirits.
Yikes.
Delicious
That's
stuff. And Jim and
killer
Fairy
combination.
Gutmother are doing some really cool things with gut healthy and conscious food. Jagged Mountain Brewing, Idlewild Spirits, Chain Reaction, one of our favorites. Bear Creek Distillery. I was on the phone with Jay Johnson today. He's pumped. Cerberus Brewing and Axe and the Oak are doing Chef Brother Luck's dinner, and I'm excited personally because we haven't met these folks before. So I had chats with them over the phone, but I'm excited to have a new relationship with down south a little bit for Brother Luck. Ska Brewing, you may have heard of them. They're going to be on Dave Thibodeau.
Listen, this is
love
a pod.
with us.
Dave Thibodeau, right? Ska Brewing Company. We love him. Durango, Colorado. Dave's coming up for the dinner. The owner of Ska Brewing Company coming up from Durango to come sit and drink beer with you at Summer Dinner Series.
Yeah, he's fallen in love with the modern eater. He was on road trip for,
I want to
3
mention
days.
this right here, and Chuck just joined the stream. Chuck Chagas.
Let me just drop
One
the last
second.
2.
Chuck bought tickets pretty much to every single one of the dinners.
Oh, what's up, Chuck?
And that's a stud.
That
He is
super
like
stud.
the ambassador of the Summer Dinner Series. He loves them.
We should get him on the show.
Great idea, Jay.
Yeah.
You actually said that before I did.
Man, it's rare, and it's only because I saw it coming.
Chuck, you're a god, man. We can't wait to serve you. And
is that the same dude from last year?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man,
I remember Chuck.
I'll get him on the Chuck. If you're listening,
coming for you, babe.
Look out because I want to get you on the show. Joyride Brew to round it out with Chef Justin Brunson, River Bear American Meats. Joyride Brewing, who are a huge deal, and Distillery 291. And if you don't know Distillery 291, then you just don't know spirits, man.
And you'll get to see Philip Raleigh and Michael Myers that night. That's worth the price of admission alone. Yeah. So when you go to summerdinnerseries.com and you see the ticket price, don't let the $200 and $400 scare you. The $200's for 2 tickets. Mm-hmm. The $400's for 4 tickets. Okay?
Well, why do I have to buy them like that, Greg?
Well, because we are very responsible, and we are physically distancing.
That is correct.
And we are putting people together with their own parties, and you will have a comfortable, luxurious, spacious dinner in the alfresco dining of downtown Denver, staring at the Blue Bear and the chef.
We're not hating on you if it's a 2-top and all that's left is 4 tops. So don't blame us, blame COVID, all right?
Well, and I think if you're single, we've reached out to everyone to let them know. If you're a single person and you don't mind sitting with other people, let us know. If you're a 3-top
or if you're
and you don't mind sitting with a single
lady between the ages of 18 and 22, where am I going with that, Jay?
Hey, man, listen, I'm letting you
Just,
go.
Email Jay Parker,
at themoderneater.com
and put a resume and a
headshot
in there.
Absolutely.
All right,
but wait, before we go, I want to throw in one more thing because I don't think a lot of these chefs. Well, I want to throw in farms, but I want to say one thing. I don't think a lot of these chefs actually have open dining rooms right now. So the one cool thing is like I don't know that you can go in to Tag tomorrow and get dinner, but you're going to be able to go with Troy and his people and his backup crew to really make it a fantastic dinner. So with that said, remember that you might not even be able to eat from these guys for the last few months or right now. But then think about the farms that we're sourcing from, because we've got people like South River Aquaponics who are doing some insane aquaponic mushrooms for us. We've got the Petrocco family up in northern Colorado right here. I just found out today we're going to have some squash blossoms for one of our first dinners.
That's a great point. We will have menus out soon for you guys, but I can tell you if you're interested in Carrie Baird's dinner, Carrie said, you know what I want to do? It's summertime. I want to throw a steak on the grill. You're getting some prime Colorado beef coming out of where, Jay?
I forget. Colorado.
Centennial
I know
Cuts.
that part. I thought you mean where, like geographically. I can't remember that. Centennial Cuts.
It's in south part of the state. I'll give you that.
Fowler County.
Mr. Luke Larson
with Centennial Cuts is providing all of these delicious cuts of beef for you. She's going to do a pizza. She's going to do some Rome sausage. There's going to be great vegetables.
Oh, yeah. Infinite Harvest is going to be doing all their microgreens here in town. That's another great farm.
Summer Dinner
Hazeldale Mushrooms. We've got mushrooms on tap. We've got Blaine's Farm. We've got, Rocky Mountain Fresh up in Longmont is going to be doing, that's Jeremy's heirloom tomatoes. He's going to be doing for this thing. We're going to have more killer local food. We've got peaches from Black Bear and from Berg. We've got our friends over at Field to Fork going to be bringing some stuff. I'm going to go back to the Sauvage Spectrum wines because I got to tell you, that sparkling just will knock your socks off.
It's a local affair, and we can't wait to host you. Summer Dinner Series 2020. It will go on, and we will do it perfectly. Everything that you want in a socially distanced dinner with the top chefs in Colorado with the most local food. Community. Support your community right now. That's your call to action. 2s and 4s are available. SummerDinnerSeries.com. Find your favorite chefs there. 10%, a portion of each one of these dinners, is going to the charity of each chef's choice. Carrie Baird's charity, do you know what it is?
I do not.
It is a great charity. It's Hosea Rosenberg's daughter's charity, and it's Sophie's.
That's awesome.
She is a young lady that's suffering from a degenerative bone disease, and they're trying to make their way with Sophie. But it's a great, great charity, and a portion of the proceeds for Carrie Baird's dinner will be donated to Hosea Rosenberg's daughter.
And isn't that just the kind of people that we
community.
have?
Yes.
Man, she is giving to another chef here in the state that is also struggling.
Yes.
I mean, Hosea has done great things with Black Belly up in Boulder and everything that he's touched, and he's got Santos as well.
Yeah.
And the fact that she is saying, hey, listen, I'm going to plow it back in
She
to
didn't even
members
hesitate.
of my community.
I said, who's the charity? Boom, she had it. All right, we're going to take a quick turnaround. We'll be right back. We'll wrap up the show here next on The Modern Eater.
We started Meridium Spirits because we love the way that spirits and cocktails can bring people together to socialize, to bond, to have conversations. Well, right now we've got some big conversations to have. Coop Vodka and Coop Gin are available at liquor stores across the metro area, but if you can't find us or would like to have us behind your bar or at your restaurant, send us an email, info@meridiumspirits.com. We know things are a little different these days, but think of us the next time you're planning a virtual happy hour or a socially distant picnic. And keep an eye on our social media, Coop by Meridium, for all the latest and greatest.
Hey, Dave Thibodeau here. Hey, friends of the Modern Eater. This is Dave Thibodeau from Ska Brewing and Peach Street Distillers. I wanted to let you know that our new brew distillery is up and running again in Boulder. And we've got a great selection of Ska beers, nearly 30 on tap. We've also got all of our Peach Street spirits available, a great mixology program that we brought down from the Western Slope and Palisade. We're open limited hours, Wednesday through Friday from 3 to 10. And then we open up earlier at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday and get some brunch action rolling. We have 2 great patios. Socially distant seating is available. And you can always check for more information at scastreet.com, and hope we become your new favorite neighborhood spot. And I'd like to meet you there in the not too distant future for a beer or a drink soon. So take care, be healthy, and stay strong. And I'll talk to you later.
Okay, you guys, we're going to wrap this baby up, put a ribbon on it. But I'll tell you what, we just got back on a 14-day road trip just humping it around the state of Colorado in the big red diesel truck and a tarp over the back, 3 middle-aged guys in there doing what we can to tell you, to bring the stories of Colorado to you. All that's out there for you right now to consume. If you want to go back at it, you can go to our YouTube channel. Like our YouTube channel. We're trying to build that baby up. Our Facebook, it's popping off. All those videos are on both. Check them out. Look at them. They're good. It's good stuff. Jay Parker, you've been working like a madman. It's almost like you're enjoying what you're doing. I know you're not. No,
let's not talk crazy.
You're crazy.
No, listen, man. I
work.
talked to Dr. Sarah. She couldn't do it today. She's going to come on Friday. Give her a quick shout out because she's doing a lot of awesome things out there. I can't even keep up with everything she's doing, but I'm enjoying this, more than my dead inside guy, normally does things. And it's truly
it's showing your dedication.
It's truly like the thought of community. Like the more times people say, and this is honest to God truth, man, and I know that we're wrapping it up, but it's like the more when people have reach out specifically and directly to us individually as a person and say, man, what I've been watching, what you guys are doing, like it's like even though
weird,
I'm dead
isn't
inside,
because we expect nobody's watching.
It is weird, and it's like okay, it's worth. Going through hell on the road trip, which, I mean, it's a lot of fun, man, but if you've done anything like that, it's a lot of work. So,
lots of interviews.
It warms me up a little bit.
But to repay Jay, go watch his stuff.
Oh, yeah, watch the stuff.
Like it and share it.
Yeah, the poll is closed. For those of you who voted, should restaurants be shut down as well? Yes, 3, no, 20. Bars, shut down. So, it's summertime, midsummer. It's a tough one out there, you guys. Community is more important than ever. Responsible. Be responsible. And more importantly, just respect others. You may feel one way, but someone else may feel another way.
Well, what's the big deal about putting a mask on just to go in, buy something? It's
hey,
I don't get that. But whatever.
If you're going to do that, go to Boulder because I want to see you get shamed. Do you see that where people are being told if they see someone without a mask to get far away from them so nobody be around them?
When we pulled out of Pizza Republica today, I was on the 15th Street driving, and I stopped at a red light. There was a bus stand with a gal that was sitting there. She was drinking and typing on her phone without a mask. Mm-hmm. Of course, how are you going to drink with a mask, right? Mm-hmm. Two other ladies walked by and started screaming and shaming her in the crosswalk, and I watched this altercation, and I was just like, why?
That's not cool either, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll walk around without a mask if there's nobody around me and stuff like that, but I just don't get what the big deal is.
Bye, guys. Modern Eater Show. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 2 p.m. from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. It's great to be back home and showered and shaved. We love you so much. Please, summerdinnerseries.com. Go to the event page on Facebook. Click you're interested. If you're just interested, we'll ping you with stuff to try and tantalize you. But it's the hottest ticket in town, and we want you to come enjoy. Summerdinnerseries.com. The Modern Eater Show continues.